I'll start, Becky. The third quarter, I mean, you guys come out shooting lights out. What did you like about the second half from your team compared to the first?
Just the defense. After giving up, 27 in the first quarter, according to my math, they're on pace to score over 100, so that's not going to be good. It's a good offensive team. I don't think they've been pretty, banged up and injured. I don't think I think they're better than their record, put it that way. Once they start getting healthy, for sure they are. So for us, like I said, it was just about taking care of us and doing the things we're supposed to be doing.
How honored are you to be Asia Wilson's head coach? I mean, we're just seeing her just improve every single night.
I mean, it's a pleasure to be around her. She's a, best basketball player in the world, but she pushes the envelope for best person in the world too. I just enjoy her so much as a person. She's wonderful to coach. I coach her hard, get on her. She keeps it real. And like I said, she's Asia in whatever room she walks in.
For Asia to set that new record tonight in front of a handful of alum as well, what was that like, just talking to the alum from over the years that have helped build your program?
I mean, we're just trying to win basketball games. I don't think it was really like Asia, like, oh, the alumni are in the house. I'm gonna go set a record. No, it wasn't like that. She's just playing, taking what the defense gives her. Obviously, Mark and Nikki set a precedence in honoring the franchise and the people that have played for it, and everybody should feel good about being a part of this franchise and seeing where it's at now. I mean, it's come a long ways from the Utah Stars, right?
A lot of the franchise records are, Asia, Sophia, and yourself. When it comes to, these shooting records, the points records and stuff like that. As someone who's, played with Sophia, coached Asia, what have these two really done for the franchise and just the game?
So, I mean, both really special players. One thing that sticks out for sure is they both have phenomenal hands. I mean, I could throw that ball to Sophia, anywhere and she'd go grab it. Asia is the same way. I mean, you just put it up in her area and she's going to come down with it. They play different now than we did. It's a much faster paced game, funner. I think I would have loved to play how, we're playing today in the W, which is a lot of space, a lot of action, a lot of threes, high skill set. It's a lot of fun to play. Asia is somebody that just keeps on extending her game, growing her game in different ways. I mean, tonight she goes 3 for 4 from 3. She virtually becomes impossible to guard if she's going to make threes. If you're a coach, you're going to gamble with that. And now it's, like I said, it's a whole problem when she starts shooting that thing with confidence. And I think she is now.
Yeah, just 4 games this week. What have you seen from your team this week moving forward on the road?
I mean, we're seeing greater stretches of ourselves, I feel like. And I hope they can feel the difference, right? The difference of the start of the third quarter and like the start of the game where, we're just kind of trading baskets back and forth versus we're getting stops and we're getting out and running. When you get out and run, you get easier ones. And everybody likes, who doesn't like easy? Everybody likes easy. And when you get those easy ones, it builds your confidence. Now they have to take it out of the net and go against our set defense. So it gives your defense a second to set up, and it's also really fun offensively. But the ball was popping. We had a lot of good to great passes tonight. You look and everybody had multiple assists in our starting 5, and that was something that we were missing the other night. I gave them a brief 40-second snippet of LA, and then we moved on to Dallas of things that we needed to change and adjust, and moving the ball was one of them.
Jump to Zoom. Let's go Michael Bogle and then Matthew. Yeah, coach, I mean, you pretty much said from day one, defense is going to be what carries this team. I know you didn't like the first quarter today, but in general, over the last, 6, 7 games, how close are you guys to being the type of defensive team you want to be?
We're getting there. We're getting there. Tonight I thought, our defenders, our great defenders have to be great every night. It just is what it is. That's what makes you great. Anybody can be great on one night. Who's great continuously, where it's a rare night if they're not. So I thought, Jackie bounced back like with Arika, only holding her to 13 shots. That's just really hard to do. It's really hard to do. She's somebody who has a quick trigger. She can get shots off in multiple ways. So it's a lot of work by Jackie, not only her, but, Asia and Megan and AC on the inside. We gave up 30 points in the paint at halftime. And then, only 16 in the second half against a team that's really, historically have pounded us in there. So I thought it was just a really great job all the way around, from the guards all the way down through the posts.
Thank you.
Matthew?
Hey, Becky, as an alumni of this franchise, I'm wondering, looking at it in from your perspective, what has Asia meant to the Aces and the Stars and this whole organization from where she started to where she is now? What do you feel like she's meant to this organization?
I mean, she's the greatest player to ever put on the uniform. Period, as she would say. Her dominance. I mean, you could probably make an argument for both ends of the floor. I mean, just the greatest player to ever put on a Stars or Aces uniform. And it's not just what she's doing for our franchise. It's how she moves the needle across the world. She's a special person, special player. So enjoy it because she's a rarity. Players like her, people like her don't come around very often. And so what is the W? Utah was one of the original teams, right? So were they one of the original? Utah?
Yes.
I feel like they were. Anyways, I think they were because Jen and Nat played there. So you go back 27, 28 years, she's the best player to put the uniform on.
Thank you.
Corey?
Hey, Coach. Corey from the 9450. What has this journey been like for you these past 2 seasons? Coaching such a great team, a franchise you played for, just being able to coach Asia Wilson.
It's been a lot of fun. I mean, coming in from the men's side, having been in the NBA for a while, I just saw great potential. I saw potential. So to come in and kind of see the potential take form, and really, I always thought they were talented. I didn't know they were always played as a team. And now I think that's probably my greatest point of joy working with these guys is just seeing them as a team and the joy that they take in each other, the environment and the culture that they create every day. They're super competitive. They're super professional in how they go about their work, day in and day out, and they happen to be super fun. So, for this to be kind of my first head coaching job, it's been awesome to work at such a high level. And I think just seeing the growth of each, whether that's Asia's growth or Kelsey's growth or Jackie, Chelsea, I don't know how much growth she has. She's just a stud. I don't know how much I've helped her. She's probably helped me more. But they've just been a really fun group to be a part of, and they're about the right things. So at the end of the day, I always would probably take a little less talent and have some chemistry. And with these guys, I get talent and chemistry. So it's been a lot of fun.
We've got time for one last question. Nikias?
Yeah, just a quick one on Asia. As you got the coaching the last couple of years, I think everyone recognizes how much of a bucket Asia is and actually getting the record today. Do you feel like there's a portion of her scoring package that goes underrated at this point?
I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I think the area, when I first took this job, she came down to San Antonio and we were shooting in the Spurs gym. And I was just rebounding for her. And I was like, wow, you can really shoot. And it wasn't like on the block, it was extended range. And I was like, why don't you shoot more? She's like, that's not what we do. I'm like, well, it's about to be everything you do. Like, you're going to shoot and shoot a lot. Shoot it until the arm falls off. But you can see her arms still work very well.
Hey.
I talk about when you came to San Antonio and I was like, oh, you can really shoot.
Oh yeah, surprise you.
But what part of your game do you think is underrated in the scoring department?
I mean, I'm Ricky Rubio, but I'm not scoring. I was trying to pass shit out the basketball, to be honest. In a scoring aspect,
No, I mean
I would just say low key. My release is kind of quick. It's not that slow.
No, like an underrated. No, you're hard to guard.
Oh,
He's saying that rated part of your scoring. Yeah, I don't think there's any underrated. She's a whole problem. You'd be a problem. What's that?
I mean, I don't think anything.
I mean, she shoots free throws well. She can go on the block. She can go from the elbow area. She can go from out of the corners. Now she's bringing it up the floor, in the middle of the floor. I mean, there isn't a part. And now you're shooting threes. Do you have any more questions for me?
You're good.
All right. Oh, you.
Thanks. Outside. It's kind of weird being on the end.
I'll take this bag from you.
Oh, yeah, I gotta keep my eye on this bag and Becky. She's been talking about it. Bye, boys.
Asia, kind of special moment of you signing autographs of your book here at the house. I mean, there's thousands of people coming to see you every night here in Las Vegas to make history today.
Yeah.
How special is this win?
Man, it means a lot. It's very special and definitely is going to be one for the books for me, only because this city welcomed me in 2018 and a new franchise, knew everything, and they took a chance on a kid. Bill Lambier took a chance on me and was like, "Hey, this is your team. Do what you want to do with it." And he stuck by me through and through every single time, every year. Bill was like just constantly in my ear, and I have to give him a lot of credit because he instilled that in me to accumulate this culture that we wanted. And then when you have someone like Becky come in, that's like, okay, well, I'm about to add some razzle dazzle to the culture. It makes it a full circle moment for me. So I never would have thought I would even be. I obviously would be in some points. But to lead, no, absolutely not, because I'm grateful to be here, so I don't really pay a lot of attention to it. But to win it on the home court, to get it at home in front of fans that literally watch us when we didn't make postseason, to watch us win one, to watch us win another, and now compete for another. It's truly special, and this is a moment that I'm definitely gonna keep in. Hey, my parents are here, and they're like texting me like, "Oh my God, we would have been there if we knew," but we didn't know, and I love those because it's very genuine. So I'm very grateful to be a part of this franchise and just to continue to grow and just live. It's good here. I really like it here.
Asia, congratulations on
Thank
today.
you.
Head coach Becky Hammond, of course, just said that you were the best player to ever wear the Aces jersey. We were just kind of talking about all the alum here.
Mhm.
I mean, what does that mean to you to hear her say that, and especially to do it in front of all the women who have built this program up to where it is now?
Man, that means a lot. It really does. But then I have to always give it to the ones that laid the foundation down before me, the ones that grinded it out, the ones that had to do extra just to get seen a little bit, to now we're playing on national television and charter flights and everything else. So, I mean, it's a huge deal for me, and it's something I don't take for granted, but I'm never going to lose sight of the women that literally had to like teeth and claw and crawl their way up to just to get a foot in the door as Black women, as women in general, just get a foot in the door to now that I can sit here and say, no, we're continuing to thank you for passing that torch. We're going to keep passing it. We're going to keep planting seeds for the next generation, because it doesn't stop here. I don't want the next generation to come in and it's dying down. Like, no, this is a culture that we've built here. So it's truly special to just see them courtside and let them see what they've done. It took a lot of hard work, so I'm grateful for that.
Asia, that's sort of a stepping off point to my question. I think you somewhat answered it, but have you ever taken the time, because you always say, since alumni games started, I have to start, the foundation is laid. Have you actually taken this chance to step back and think, there was a culture in Utah, there was a culture in San Antonio. You have actually started a whole new era.
Yeah.
From Las Vegas, the culture that's been built with the players that have been brought in. You think about the rotating players. We can talk about players that are coming on.
Yeah.
But it's a whole new culture that started with you.
Yeah, it's really crazy. That kind of goes back to the first part of just like a young girl that just literally from South Carolina didn't know anything about the West Coast, comes out here and kind of shifts things. And it's so special. And I'm so grateful to have like KP that was before me to now. Then we get Jack, and then we get different pieces. And when we're talking about culture and bringing people in, I'm so happy that we have a ownership and a coaching staff that's willing to bring me in too and be like, what are your thoughts? And that is what I take a lot of pride in, because I'm like, they trust me to guide our locker room to the promised land. And obviously it takes a lot, and we get hit with a lot of different things, but when I can just step out in front and be that person to take that hit, it kind of makes me feel great, because I'm like, it's bigger than me. It really is bigger than me. But to say that we started a culture in the era in Las Vegas, and it started with a young draft pick of a girl from South Carolina, it's something that never gets old. So I just try to do my best to just continue to make Vegas my second home, and just kind of, I already got a license plate, not the license plate, I got a South Carolina license tag, but I do have my actual license. So I feel like I'm a Nevadian slowly but surely, but I'm very grateful about just the city accepting our culture and building with us.
But about how just difficult you will be to guard if you continue shooting threes the way that you are right now. You were 3 for 3 at one point when you ended 3 for 4, but kind of what was going through your mind when you hit that third one? You're like, I'm literally perfect for the 3-point line.
I honestly didn't even think about it. I mean, I just shoot the ball a lot. Good Lord, I see 22 times. But it really wasn't a thought in my mind. It was just like one of those things where I'm like, I've worked on it, I prepped for this, and now it's time for me to knock it down. So my teammates found me in a comfortable situation where I was just like, this is me. Don't put it on the floor. Give it here.
I wasn't, but I would like this.
Everybody keep touching. No, everybody keep touching.
No,
my bag.
can I put it right here?
No,
This is my media bag.
no, tuck it in. Oh, thank you. But no, I'm getting very comfortable in that situation, and now it's just time will tell. But I'm never going to be the one to force. I'm gonna make sure that I'm comfortable where I'm at, and then we can continue to grow. Don't look. Give it here. Just got y'all. This collection just came out not too long ago. Thank you. New collection.
You mentioned after the New York game, one of the biggest things that make all these accolades big and all that is doing it with your teammates and making sure that they're getting better around you as well.
Yeah.
Not only just achieving this tonight, but picking up the win, especially after the LA game. Just how much sweeter does this make in celebrating the victory and being able to celebrate with your teammates? Do you have just a whole celebration?
Yeah, it's big time. It really is, and it's just something that I love that we get to celebrate. Like it's just and coming off of that loss against LA, it stung. It stung us really bad. I had some carryover, low key. Yeah, it hurt. And it's gonna continue to hurt, but it hurt. But to bounce back and to have games like this, and just to have celebrations like this, and sometimes you need that pick me up, especially during this time of the season where you're kind of getting senioritis. It's close to All-Star break, but you got games that you need to win because it could help you with seeding. And it's like, we're not where we want to be. So just to have games where we can just not woosah, but really be happy for each other. It's so pure. It's happy. And I love that. So I love to see the smiles on their faces. They got my hair wet with water. And we got
It's
AC.
still late.
We got AC too for her birthday. But no, this is what it's truly all about. Like, this is Aces basketball and culture to us.
Speaking of LA game, you guys had a bunch of the
Mhm.
Asian nation there cheering you guys on. How
Yeah.
much did that help you guys? I know in the third quarter they were loud.
For sure.
Did they help you, kind of turn up a little bit just to hear them like cheering you guys on?
Definitely. I honestly think it probably helped ignite LA's crowd, honestly, because they were like, wait, we can't let visitors come in and kind of show us up. Because there was a little lull in there, not gonna lie, it was a little lull in the beginning. But once they heard the Aces fans cheering, it was kind of like, wait, we got to step up. We can't get showed up in our own home place. But it's we have some of the best fans in the league, and I don't say that lightly, and we don't take it for granted. So to have them travel, or if they're from there and they're just fans to come out and support for us, it's big. Obviously, we hate that we didn't get the win, but that just shows how we've been true to this, not new to this. This is something that we've always been about, and being there for one another. So when our fans can travel and be there for us, it's a big moment for us.
Willie, then we got a couple of Zoom before we come back to it.
Chelsea, Becky just said that from Utah to San Antonio to Las Vegas, you're sitting next to the greatest players ever put a jersey on. I think we know the answer when we talk about where she ranks probably. I mean, you play with Candace, you play with a lot of great players. Do you still have wow moments during a game playing with Asia?
I'll be yelling all the time saying, that's tough. Oh, wow. Oh, nice. But one thing that I really want to emphasize sometimes, like in sports, we don't take the time to celebrate somebody that's doing greatness in the moment while they're in a season or while they're playing. We wait until after they retire to talk about it even more. But I think you're doing an injustice if you don't have the conversation now. Into like fans to embrace this moment. Like, I wish I would have been able to be there to see Magic play or to see legends like that be able to play. So now fans understanding, like when you're coming, you're seeing somebody that's going to be in the Hall of Fame soon. So I would just emphasize celebrating that as she's continuing to get better and break records as well.
Jump to Zoom, Michael, and then Nikias.
Yeah, thank you. Asia, congratulations to you on this. I wondered you've talked, and I asked Becky about this, defensively, you said all along that's going to be the difference. This maybe seems strange to ask you on the day you break, let's go over it. Right? How big defense is going to be for you guys? How close do you guys think you are? The LA game, notwithstanding, that's sort of an outlier, but how close do you think you are to being the type of defensive team you want to be?
Michael, I feel like every time we're like, ooh, we get hit, and it's like, ooh. How do I put that in a professional way? We are not where we need to be. We are not where we want to be. But the mere fact that we're seeing spurts of it, whether it's for a quarter, whether it's for a couple possessions, at least we know that it's there. At least we know that it's doable. It's not too far out of reach. But I do think it's going to be time, and it's going to come within the last couple of games. We're going to start stringing quarters together. But no, I think we can do 10 times better than what we're doing on the defensive side. And it's just going to come. And it's hard because we don't have practice time, so we can't rep it. But at the same time, in game is probably the best time to adapt and adjust. So we're not where we need to be, not where we want to be, but we're getting some spurts of it where we can do better at that.
Chelsea, could I ask you to just sort of, you talked about, obviously, we're seeing, actually, I think we're seeing two Hall of Famers here, you and Asia. But what is your favorite part of how Asia's developed her game, watching her since she got into the league?
If you guys go back and watch film, she's added something to her game every single year. She's gotten better, whether it's defensively, offensively, mentally. She was a person in our scouting report that's like, all right, center right. Okay, now center right. See what happens. All right, let her take the jumper. Okay, let her take the jumper and see what happens. All right, from the 3-point line. Now, and then you had a dime today. Look at you. Low-key, you saw the KB. Ricky Rubio. I got you. I'm holding it down. So I think that's just impressive. And that's when you talk about greatness, is every single year they think that this is the year where like she's hit something, and another season comes and she's gotten even better. And so that's the part that I love the most, is that I'm competing with somebody that wants to be great. And it's coming out every single time, showcasing that. And also like a personal person, like you love to have her in the locker room. Like she a fool, y'all. I'm telling you, she's crazy. So we just love on her so much, and we just love our superstar, man. And love competing out there every day.
Thank you.
Nikias, and then after this question, we can let Asia go.
Blessings. I have dogs that need to go. Let me keep that. Do they do?
Well, congratulations.
Let me have a match of
Airlines, Asia. What is your favorite or most memorable bucket?
Ooh, memorable bucket. I got mine for you. Oh, I don't want to say it because I don't like calling people out, but it was a certain move that I did in game 4. I was about to say with a leg kick. Yeah, that was sick. And Coach Staley started yelling at me, and that was like my most memorable bucket. Oh my God. And I can't even tell you what I was thinking because in that moment it was just like get the job done. But when I went back and looked at it, I was like, that's tough. That's tough. So yes, that game for a bucket, and I don't know if people know what I'm talking about, but I'm not saying
Yeah,
because
right in front of me, right in front of our pitch.
But yes, that's my bucket.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Asia.
Thank you. Let me go let my
You
dog.
leaving me?
Yeah, 'cause
however you throw it, no look, hard, whatever, floater, that you can count on her passing it. Is that something that?
for sure, like don't underrate somebody's ability to just catch the ball. There's so many possessions where I'm just praying that it goes through and I'm just like, okay, Asia's there, I'm gonna just throw it and trust her. And there's so many of those moments and nuances throughout a game that happens, but I trust her. She has great hands and she's always ready.
We will go jump to Zoom, Matthew, and then Rafiq.
Hey Chelsea, congrats on the win. I wanted to ask you, what has Asia meant to you and to the game of basketball as a whole as she sort of makes this milestone for this franchise?
Like coming here to Vegas, she was like, come on, we're doing something special here. So I appreciate her having that conversation with me a few years ago and actually me like coming to Vegas. It's changed trajectory of my career, winning at a high level, and taking championships. So I'm appreciative of that, of being able to play with a superstar like that. And breaking this record, man, you can't take that lightly. Like records are they're meant to be broken, but they're really hard to break. And so I hope she just takes in this moment and we got another game here in a few days, so she can't really relax like that. And then the Olympics, she's just gonna go. Anyways, I'm just really proud in the way that she's doing it, the person that she is, and the teammate that she is. She deserves it. So I'm really, really happy for her.
Rafiq, one question from you, please, and then we'll close out with you guys.
Yeah, after today's game with Asia Wilson having the all-time record for most points in franchise history, like, can you expect more big things to come from Asia Wilson as her career continues to evolve?
Absolutely. I said it before that you got to appreciate greatness now. And she's come back every year with something different and gotten better. And so I'm just looking forward to being part of her greatness and a snippet of it and watch she chases some of these records.
And then guys, close it out, please.
Thank you. I think one of the fun parts of the Asia season this year has been her grabbing and going and leading breaks. I guess for you, like one, have you had any conversations with her and given her any pointers on reading the floor? And just how has your process and transition changed when playing alongside you?
I say you better push the ball every single time if you want to. Let me not cross half court and just go on and get to the wing. So I have confidence there. That's another thing that she's like improved, bringing the ball up, her ball handling. I mean, how many times have we seen her cross over a guard or something? Like she's making those moves at the half court line and making the decision to push the ball. So I love that aspect of it. It poses a different threat offensively for us when you have shooters just coming down and Asia's having the ball. Like, where are you going to help from? So I really love that. And your second part of your question, what was that?
Just how has your process changed in transition?
With her pushing the basketball, I'm able to just get into space, honestly. And then if she doesn't like it, I'm able to attack out of the corners in second and third action. But they have to pay attention to her in transition. And so a lot of those times we have wide open shots because the second and third action coming into the paint and they're recovering after that because they have to stop her with the basketball. So it allows me to have a lot more freedom and not be at the top of the offense the entire time.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
I hope she give me that bag, y'all. Everybody campaign for me.